If you still believe the Word of God is a book, then religion accomplished its greatest deception. But the real Word was never meant to be read. It was encoded into your very essence, waiting to be awakened. The most dangerous sayings of Jesus weren't removed from the Bible because they were false. They were removed because they contain a formula, a spiritual technology for transforming a human being into a divine being, a God, to say the least. This isn't religion. This is the wisdom they buried beneath it. These 7 codes aren't just knowledge, they're memory. By the end of this transmission, they'll awaken the part of you that never forgot you were divine. For 2,000 years, they told you heaven was a reward, a prize for obedience. But what if the kingdom was never a place but a frequency? What if the tomb wasn't a grave but a cosmic womb for your divine evolution? This is the first and greatest myth that must be shattered. Religion gave you a map to a place called heaven. The master mystic Jesus gave you the keys to the palace you are already living in. The first key, the kingdom is here. This forbidden saying dismantles the entire search. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 3, when asked, "When will the kingdom come?" he said, "It will not come by watching for it. Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and people do not see it." This isn't a parable, it's a diagnosis. You're already in Eden, but you've been hypnotized to see only the prison. You're standing in Eden, but your eyes are closed. So how do you open them? The next saying isn't just a key, it is the keyhole itself, hidden in plain sight. The second key, the master key within. If the kingdom is here but unseen, how do we open our eyes? This leads to the second forbidden saying, the one that hands you the key. But first, understand this. You were told to look for God in grand cathedrals, in ancient books. But the mystics knew the divine architect hid the ultimate temple in the last place. You would think to look inside of you. In a moment, I will reveal the saying that acts as the master key, and you will see how it connects directly to the pineal gland, the third eye, the ancients called the seat of the soul. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 5, know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be revealed. This is the simple language of profound truth. Stop chasing visions. Stop seeking gurus. The entire mystery of the cosmos is encoded in what you dismiss as mundane, the warmth of your coffee, the pattern of leaves, the silence between your thoughts. You didn't click this video by accident. Your soul was called here to remember this. The pain you carry isn't a curse. It's a doorway. You just found the door, but here's the twist. It doesn't open by prayer. It opens by fusion. The third key, the sacred marriage. The next forbidden saying won't make you feel safe. It will set your insides on fire because now the work begins. Everything you were told to reject is part of the key. Now we go deeper. Once you find the door, you must perform the inner work. The next forbidden saying is not a philosophy. It's a formula for spiritual alchemy. Religion taught you to be pure, to cut off your shadow, your anger, your desire. But what if that was the ultimate deception? What if God is not found in purity but in wholeness? From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 22, when you make the two one, when you make the inner as the outer and the outer as the inner, then you will enter the kingdom. This is the sacred marriage, the union of your light and your shadow, your spirit and your body, your stillness and your storm. You were taught to fight a war inside yourself. Jesus taught you how to sign the peace treaty. You integrate them. You become the container for both. But this alchemical fire requires a fuel source. A cosmic law that, once understood, makes you the sole architect of your reality. The fourth key, the law of creation. The next saying is the most terrifying and liberating of all, for it removes all victims and leaves only creators. Hold on a minute. The digital gatekeepers of this world are designed to suppress this frequency, to keep you scrolling in the shallows, never diving into the deep. But we can create a ripple that becomes a tidal wave. Liking this video isn't for a metric, it's a flare sent into the digital darkness. It's an act of rebellion that pushes this light past the gatekeepers. Now send the signal that you are ready. Comment below, I am the portal. It's not just a comment, it's an energetic decree to the universe. Do it now and join the awakening. Here is the law. It is as real as gravity. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logan 70. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. Your unlived life does not vanish, it becomes your poison. Your unspoken truth becomes your sickness. Your untapped genius becomes your anxiety. You were created to be a conduit for divine energy. If you block the flow, the pressure builds. This isn't a punishment, it's physics. This isn't the first time you've heard this truth. Your soul has heard it whispered in mystery schools across lifetimes. In fact, you were guided to forget it so that hearing it again in this exact moment would hit like lightning. And now here you are, not a witness to a prophecy. You are the prophecy being fulfilled. You're not just watching a video, you're remembering your sacred contract. You are the prophecy. But what is the ultimate code that the prophecy is meant to unlock? The fifth key, the inner light. We now arrive at the pinnacle, the one saying so potent it turns a human into a living extension of the divine. Before we proceed, here is some important information. The Lost Gospel of Thomas had 114 sayings. In this video, we cover 7 of them. This video is a map, but for those who are ready to walk the whole path, not just glimpse it, I've created something deeper for you. You're just unlocking 7 of the most potent codes, but beyond these gates lies the entire kingdom, a hidden terrain, mapped across all 114 sayings of the Lost Gospel of Thomas. I've spent weeks decoding every logion, translating ancient riddles into a living spiritual technology for the modern seeker. It's called the Thomas Codex, the Lost Sayings of Jesus Decoded. This isn't a course, it's a sacred file designed to activate the lost text as a mirror, a map, and a guide for your inner resurrection. When you're ready to walk the full path, the link is waiting in the description and in the comments. Now the next logion reveals the light they told you to wait for was never coming from the sky. It was buried inside you all along, waiting for your permission to rise. And when it does, the entire world shifts. Let's continue. You were told to wait for the light, that it would come from above. From a priest, from a book, from a sky god with a long list of conditions. But Jesus said something they don't want you to remember. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logan 24. There is a light within a person of light, and it lights up the whole world. If it does not shine, it is dark. This is not poetry, it's a warning. If your light doesn't rise, the entire world dims. The divine doesn't descend into you, it ignites from within you. This is the forgotten truth. You are not a lamp waiting for oil. You are the wildfire waiting for your own permission to burn. And when you do, everything changes. The sixth key, the power of inner union. But fire alone is not enough. The next forbidden saying reveals the secret force that bends reality, a spiritual law that makes mountains move, but only if you've made peace with the battlefield inside. Your light is rising, but here's what no one told you. Power without inner union is just performance. You were taught to choose sides within yourself, suppress the chaos, idolize the calm, worship the saint, banish the shadow. But the mystics knew better. They knew that creation doesn't come from war, it comes from integration. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logan 48. If two make peace with each other in this one house, they will say to the mountain, move, and it will move. This house is you, your inner world, your temple. When your mind and heart stop fighting, when the masculine and feminine, the fire and water, the will and surrender become one, reality bends. This is not metaphor, it's spiritual physics. Jesus didn't teach